Recap of the weekend, it was a much needed 2 wins for us, a very hard fought 2 wins for us. One of the things that we had talked about last week and we addressed with our team quite a bit is that Arkansas State, they're athletic and they are not going to give up, that we are going to have to outwork them on every ball. And I think the team did a great job of that this weekend. I mean, Night 1, we played very clean ball. In Arkansas State, they were high error. Night 2, they cleaned up their game. We still played well, but set 1 and 2, we're down 20-24 in both sets, and we come back and win the first. The second, unfortunately, we lose. But first 2 sets was longer than the whole match the first night. But luckily, we pulled out the win in the end, and it was a huge testament to the work that the girls put in this past week. And then moving forward to Texas State, it's going to be essentially the same thing. They are going to work hard because Texas State looks at us as a team that they shouldn't lose to. And I think the girls, are hungry to go win these games.
You feel like you're on a yo-yo?
I wouldn't say a yo-yo. It's part of it. You're going to have your ebbs and flows during the season. And I think for us, with going through different injuries that we've had and just battling through some other things, that we're starting to figure things out. We put them through a very tough week last week, and I think it's been very beneficial for them. They know their limit and that they can go past that. And so I'm hoping that we carry on the rest of the season in the direction that we have been this past week.
What was the change on Saturday between set 2 and the remainder of the match where it seemed a little easier for you guys? Like, what did you notice a point, kind of a shift with your team during that time?
So I wouldn't say within our team, no. I think our team did a really good job, and I talked about it with him yesterday, is we reset every single ball no matter if we won or we lost, which is huge. I heard girls saying next ball, which is something I say every point. And so they did a really good job with that. And I told them too, your first 10 points, it's going to be back and forth. But once we hit 10, we're halfway-ish through the set. That's when we start to pull away. Anytime that we would go on a run, Arkansas State tended to get in their head a little bit and they would go down. We would force them to create the errors. And I think our girls just did a really good job of staying composed and focusing on one point at a time.
Talk about the importance of forcing the issue and creating errors for your opponent to make, and how big that is for your game.
No, it's huge. And I think that was a testament to Night 1. They were really high error. There was multiple timeouts that I told our girls, they've erred back to back, expect them to go to the shot game. And they didn't. Arkansas State, they kept swinging, and our block was setting up really well, forcing them wide. And so I think it was the same thing on Night 2, is we were staying composed, working hard, and they were just high error.
What's the biggest thing? You talked about where Texas State, you said they feel like this should be a win for them. What are some of the things that you noticed on your end of seeing them as far as gameplay?
Yeah, so Texas State's a good team. They've been really good for a long time, and the difference in who they have been and now is they're a completely different team. They graduated 7, I believe it was, last year, key players. But they are still Texas State. They are going to come in, they're going to work hard, and it's going to be a dogfight. They're athletic. They have 2 really good key players, an outside and an opposite, that we need to focus on. But they do a different couple things. They run a couple different defenses that we'll see what they put up against us, and we just have to prepare for both.
On that thing, I'm going to go on that line one more time about how Texas State is expected. Do you use that as motivation for the team of they're thinking that they can beat us and that they're supposed to, it's their destiny? Do you guys use that kind of as motivation for the team as far as preparation for this series?
Absolutely. We talk about it with every single team that we play. We were picked 5th in the West this year, and we talk about it for us. That's personal. We think that we are better than that. And if we continue the route that we've been on this past week, where we are low error and we are outworking teams, there's no reason we can't go finish in the top. And so we do take it personal, and we told them yesterday that, I mean, it shouldn't be like that. They shouldn't expect that just because we are Louisiana that they should win. So we did let them know that we are going to have to come in and work hard and go compete with them.
How proud are you of your team's adversity in those first 2 sets on Saturday? And you talked about it. Those first 2 sets were longer than the entire match on Friday night, and your team was down. How proud were you to see them battle back in those situations and able to take, especially that first set?
Right. So as soon as I turned in the lineup and come into the huddle, that's actually the first thing that I told them. I said, I am so proud of you guys for not giving up. When you guys set your mind to something and you work hard for it, you were down 20-24 and came back and won 29-27. Like, that's big time. And so, we were right there again in set 2, not wanting to be in the position that we're down 20-24, but just proud of them for not giving up, because we could have very easily. I mean, even in set 1, we were down 18-22, I think it was. And they fought hard. And so I told them that multiple times. And even again yesterday, I told them again.
Last week we had talked about where you kind of saw the expressions like you didn't feel like it would be, they felt confident that they win and it didn't. The expressions that you kind of saw with them and kind of matching it up, I guess that's got to be a bit of a relief of like what you saw in the locker room is what you kind of saw on the court. That's got to be feeling good.
It is, because for us coaches, like, we've seen it, we saw it early on with our team, and we have to put them in situations to where they see it and they believe in themselves. And I think the previous week of practice, starting on the Sunday after Troy, we put them in a lot of situations to where they had to work really hard, and then they realized that they could do it. And so it was, again, this weekend was a testament to the work that they put in the previous week.